Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's about 7:30. That's as much as I can sleep in. We're gonna fix this tarp before we get rolling, because it's nasty, bad looking. Look at that. Ugh. So we're gonna fix the tarp, then we're gonna stop in West Memphis and get spade washed, and then we're gonna take a shower. There's a Love's and a Pilot right there at the truck stop, or the truck wash. So we're gonna get that done, and then we're gonna head to West Memphis. Man, this thing is nasty. Look at that. Time to fix all that. Ugh. So you guys come with me. Oh, that's so much better. I got a little bit of a gap down there on the bottom, but it'll work. I've got my green tarps on there, so they'll keep everything dry. And then the back got a little messy, but it is secure. Everything is covered, and we're all done up, man. Let's go. Oh, so we were at Blue Beacon in West Memphis, waiting in line to get us washed. We're next in line. Shortest time I've ever waited at a Blue Beacon. There's like one truck in front of me. Got the inside of it cleaned, vacuumed out, cleaned the windows, cleaned the dash while I was waiting. Now all they got to do is get the truck washed, and we'll be clean. Then I'm headed over here to get a shower, and then we'll be on our way. Here we go. Let's go get a wash. Man, that's loud. Give us a wash. I like Blue Beacon. They're pretty quick. Once you get in here, it's only about 10 minutes. So when you get parked in the bay, you go inside, you fill out this little piece of paper, and you put your name and your truck number, trailer number on there while they're washing your truck, and they do all the register stuff and give you 2 receipts, and come back to your truck and watch them wash. Next time I get washed, I'll take my camera in and show you all that stuff. That'll be 15 days from now, though. One thing that I really wish Maverick would change would be their pet policy. There was a dog beside me in a cab, and that's really, honestly, that's the only thing I wish they'd change. Having a pet with you, I miss my pets, just like I miss my family. So, to be able to take a pet with you and have a companion, I think that would be good. But I understand why they have their policies, but they don't want the truck trashed and people sometimes don't take care of their stuff, but you know, for us that do, I think it'd be a big advantage. But that's just me. So we're washed up. All the housekeeping stuff is done. All the grooming stuff is done. Got my shower. And we are on our way to West Virginia. I looked it up, and Fairmont is not far from the Pennsylvania border. I think the closest, biggest city is Pittsburgh. So I'm not quite sure where they're going to send us after this, but it could be Ohio, could be in Pennsylvania. There's a mill there in West Virginia on the other side of the border of I think Ohio. They could probably send us there. Who knows? Send us there and then take us to Florida. Either way, I don't care. We got 8 hours to drive. Work shift duty, I still got 11 hours and 20 minutes. Ouch. Ow. Ow. So we still got plenty of time. We'll get quite a ways there today. It says my estimated arrival time is about 10 o'clock in the morning. And I'll have 7 hours, so they're expecting me to drive 4 hours in the morning. We'll see where we get tonight. So one of the issues with the 11-hour clock on driving is that you really don't get 11 hours. You get basically, I drive 10 hours and then I start looking for a place to park, especially if it's late at night, because you start getting into 7:30, 8 o'clock, those kind of hours, and it is almost impossible to find a parking spot. You just kind of have to luck out at that point, like I did last night. But there are some people out there that they drive up until their last minute and keep their fingers crossed about finding a parking spot. Once you go into the red and you're past your time, it starts costing you points with Maverick. If you get stopped for an inspection, you can get a ticket for it, I guess. There's some repercussions to driving over your time. I mean, they make it a law for a reason, and they want to keep everybody safe. I understand that. There's some times when I could probably drive way more than 11 hours, and I have. My private vehicle, I've driven from South Carolina back to Searcy, Arkansas, and it's a 13, 14-hour drive at 70 miles an hour. So there's, it can be done, but, I understand what they're saying. You're working while you're not just driving every day, you're doing work too, and that wears you out. But, excuse me, sorry. But usually you get about 10 hours of driving in, and then you might get 10 and a half hours or so before you stop. But usually it's about 10 hours of driving. But that's probably the hardest part about driving a truck, is trying to find a place to park. Man, it's just, they're few and far between, and they fill up really quick. I mean, it's, you know, it's a one of the instructors at Maverick. Her name's Christine. She talks about it being a war out here. So, you know, it's almost like it's almost like hide and seek, man. When you find a spot, you want to keep that spot. You know, and if you don't get in there pretty quick, there's somebody always lurking around the parking lot, waiting for you to pull out so you can back in a little better. They'll snake it from you, and they have no patience whatsoever. You know, if you're taking a while to get into a spot, man, they'll get right up on you and honk, and because I mean they're on a clock too. Lady, get off your phone. You know, they're on a clock too, and if they're trying to get parked and before their clock runs out, you know, they're in a little bit of a rush. You know, it just becomes a feeding frenzy for parking spots. So keep that in mind if you come out here and you're not used to driving or you know being a truck driver and this is your first time doing it. You know, make sure that you plan enough time to find a parking spot, because it may take you a couple of chances or a couple of parking lots to find a place. You know, that's how it happened last night. I pulled into a Pilot, or not a Pilot, but a Love's, and I lurked around that parking lot for about 5 or 10 minutes, and it was all full. And you know, that's drive time that you're using up. Now there are tips and tricks that you can do to not use your drive time. Like our truck, if you're going, or at least my truck, if you're going under 5 miles an hour, it doesn't put you on the drive line. But some trucks, it does. So even if you move just a little bit, it puts you on the drive line. So those are some things you've got to keep in mind. Man, the Mississippi's rolling today. Those are some things you got to keep in mind. If you oh, there's a barge on that side. That's why there's so much water. Keep in mind that you know, you're going to need some time. It took me about 30 minutes to get parked last night, trying to find a parking spot. So make sure you take that time and count that into your drive time, and don't go over your time, because you can get in trouble for that. Well, it's 9 o'clock, and I am parked in a Walmart parking lot because it is late and it is full. Like I said earlier, it is a war out here for parking. Man, pulled into a rest stop a while ago. I don't know, about 15 miles down the road or so. I think a half a dozen trucks could get in there, and they left enough space for one more if they'd have bunched up together a little bit. But nope, not gonna do it. So I found someplace nobody knows about. Yay me. But like I said, man, parking, it's like parking wars out here, man. You gotta be patient, and sometimes you gotta get creative. So if you're a truck driver and you're watching, leave a comment down below if you've ever had problems parking. If you're not, and you're gonna come to truck driving, you're gonna have problems parking. Trust me. But you guys give me a like, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you being here and watching the videos. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.